From carpet to doors, get the DIY supplies you need for less. The DIY Home Center Outlet. We are your building material closeout store. 2191 Northwest 10th Street, just 2 miles east of I-75.
All right, 4 minutes after 8 o'clock. Beautiful looking Monday morning. Only a 20% chance of rain today. But, yesterday when it rained, it was just such a nice rain. I was sitting out there with you, Robin, and undercover.
Yep, in the promenade, and that was so pretty, just watching the ibis and the people and
the ibis,
the boats.
What are they eating? I always wonder what they're eating in the grass.
Yeah.
I guess when it rains, the bugs must come up or something, and then the birds come down saying, "All right, you're mine." Right?
Yeah, because they have those really pokey beaks,
Yeah, it's an amazing thing. Nature, God's creation, is always amazing to me. Galen Unold is on the phone. He's one of God's creations.
Yes, he is.
It's amazing. We're all one of God's creations. Good morning, Galen. How you doing?
Hey, good morning, Larry. Robin, how are y'all?
Good. Where are you right now?
I'm in the tree zone, Larry.
In the tree zone. We were going to call you the other day when we were in the tree zone.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. That would have been awesome.
Just to tell you, we're in the tree zone.
That's right.
It's comfortable in the tree zone, depending on the traffic. Yeah.
Yeah, it is.
Let's see, everything pretty much from Orlando north is the tree zone, don't you think? At least in this state. No?
There's some parts where you wish you had a tree. No, it's
wide open.
It's better than in some states, but it's I like my tree zone.
How's the blood supply today?
We're okay. We really need type O right now, and we need platelets. So that's where we're at. So get out there and donate blood. We got another 3 or 4 weeks before school gets back in, and our blood supply can get really to a safe and healthy blood supply. But we just need people to get out there and donate right now.
Struggle when the students aren't there. That's an interesting fact.
Well, because when the students leave, parents leave, and that's what. And everybody's in a different routine in the state of Florida during the summer. They just are.
Yeah.
So.
That important message is made possible by Penn Flooring. They sponsored the segment we do with Galen each morning, so be sure to thank them for doing that. They have some beautiful flooring for you to check out, put in your own home, and that showroom that'll show you what it looks like is at 1201 Southwest 17th Street, just over the McKay Williams Bridge. I've been talking about John McCain. I said McCain by accident.
Yeah.
The McKay Williams Bridge. And thank them for sponsoring Galen Unold. Penn Flooring, in business for over 25 years. 1201 Southwest 17th Street.
Yeah, who knows? Maybe one day that bridge will be called the Trump Bridge.
If it is.
I doubt it.
If it is, it'll have his name big.
I'm really surprised. Yeah, I'm really surprised that people really think that he can be the president. I mean, can you imagine him as president? I can't. I don't know. That's just me.
I think he's got a lot to learn. But I do like I do like the idea that he's
the guy's in his 60s.
Yeah. No, you're making a good point.
I mean, what? Imagine him negotiating anything or going to China. You know what he would do? He could create a war with China alone. The way what he says about China.
Yeah.
And I'm not saying they're not all right, but have a little decorum. I don't know. I just I think he's just does a lot of this for his own ego, and you can't really compare him to Ross Perot, but you can. They're completely different people. But Ross Perot saw that he had a chance to win and said, "Oh, I better get out of this as quickly as I can."
Ross Perot, though, showed us what he would do if elected financially. Ross Perot had a good fiscal plan.
Yeah.
Donald Trump hasn't shown us his fiscal plan. He's just all he has is big numbers that he can say, look what I did, But Trump, Ross Perot actually had. He was famous for those charts.
Yeah, he had a chart. He had charts and graphs.
I love the chart. I voted for Ross Perot twice.
Yeah, me too.
Yeah.
I'll tell you this. I think the Republicans that are actually serious candidates are loving the Trumps in this, because he has taken all the flack right now, and those other candidates can kind of just campaign, very low profile. Nobody's coming out to attack them, because what we've learned in this, the lead dog before the first primary comes out or the caucus comes out, always gets chopped off.
Oh, really?
Whether it was Herman Cain. History tells us that, and so Trump's out there leading the way. They're going to just chop his head off. He chopped his own head off this weekend. But yeah, so he'll go away.
I mean, how could you even for 1 second not recognize McCain as a hero?
Mm-hmm.
But that's the point. So what if he says that? You know, and I don't ever think we should act like we're afraid. I mean, we're the United States of America.
No.
We're not afraid of anything. But that's offensive. There's a difference. So if he was to offend, let's say, the leader of one of the Arab countries, and all of a sudden they got mad at him.
Right.
Now, are we back to the 70s with an oil embargo?
Right. But to hear him say it,
shut his mouth?
I don't know if you heard what I played in context, but when you hear it in context, you get the feeling that he's just ticked off at John McCain for calling his fans crazies, and so it was an emotional outburst. But at that point, since we're all susceptible to that, that's when you say, oh my gosh, that was a big mistake. I'm sorry. I should apologize. And everybody's saying to him, you should apologize.
Yeah.
But he's, of course, being bullheaded about it, and he won't apologize.
Yeah.
And I mean, if you really believe that way, then I would say, then don't apologize, if that's how you feel. But if it truly was an emotional outburst, that to me makes it worse. You know, you do not want the leader of the free world to make an emotional outburst.
Maybe, yeah.
You don't. So,
it is more fun when I can argue with you.
Electable.
I think I enjoy arguing with you more than agreeing with you, but you're right. I don't disagree. What I do like about Trump is Trump's presence in this right now is that he is bringing up specific issues. I don't agree with a big wall on the border. That's a stupid idea. We have airplanes, we have balloons, we have tunnels. A wall, it represents everything against what we're not. We don't need walls.
Absolutely.
We don't have a wall in Canada. Hello. It's a bigger line.
But again, it's one of those plays that plays with the far right. You know, he's going to drum that up, and again, people. Here's the thing: he's going to last until the first, maybe the second debate, because if I'm the sponsor of that debate, or that debate is on my channel, my network channel, I've got to have Trump in there. I've got to have Trump in that debate.
True. Yeah.
Because guess what? Everybody's going to watch that debate. And if I'm a Republican, I want people watching my candidates. And so no matter how wacky somebody out there sounds, Trump is going to outwhack all of them. He's going to be, you know, to use his term, crazier than everybody else out there.
Ross Perot ran as an independent or a third-party candidate, remember?
Yes.
Yeah. If Trump does that, he'll destroy the Republican Party.
And when he was finally included in on the debates between Clinton and Bush, remember Ross Perot was up there and he made that statement about "I'm all ears," that famous thing?
Right.
Yeah.
The fact that he was a third-party candidate kind of played against him. Although, again, I was happy to hear somebody making some statements that needed to be made back in those days. Unfortunately, Clinton won that one, and he didn't call up Ross Perot and say, "Hey, you know, remember those charts you guys had?"
Exactly.
Is there a way we could perhaps recruit you to help us out? Well, I want you on my team. I mean, isn't that the way a good coach does it?
It should be that way.
I mean, don't you try to recruit the player from the team that you hate because you like the player?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Well, you know, let's be honest. Clinton got elected because of Ross Perot. There's no doubt about that. Ross Perot took a lot of votes from George H. Bush.
Could be, yeah. So, good morning. You're on the air.
Absolutely.
Good morning, Larry, Rob, and Galen. You know, I'll tell you, you say Trump is a little wacky. Well, maybe he comes across that way, but one thing's for sure, he's got people listening. And his poll numbers, I don't know, I wouldn't consider that wacky. And the other thing is, I'm so sick and tired of lying, cheating, dirtbag, thieving politicians. I think I'd vote for anything that walked on 2 feet that came from someplace else other than Washington. So have a great day, guys.
Yeah. Well, and I don't not feel that way.
There's a difference between, and again, it's early. It's really early. And I think what he said, he polls high because everybody knows his name. Whether we like it or not, name recognition is the number one factor in any election, no matter what you're voting for. So that's a big player. And people are listening, but because they want to hear what he says. Doesn't mean they take what he says seriously. So
Some of them
there's a
do, though.
difference between people who
But
with these polling, you don't know how many of them vote either. So you know it's not actual voters all the time.
Well, and there's also this element of it too. You are, whether you listen to talk radio all the time or not, it's not my point. But you're a talk radio. You're a typical talk radio listener because you think. You're a thinking person. Not to say that somebody who never listens to talk radio doesn't think, but they don't really hear as much as a talk radio listener hears.
They get bits and pieces.
Or because most people don't really read anything but one newspaper. They'll read the Wall Street Journal or the New York Times or the Washington Post or whatever it is, and that's where they get their news from, and that news is all slanted one way or the other. You kind of have to pick at least two.
Yeah.
I mean, pick on Fox for being leaning to the right, pick on CNN for leaning to the left, and watch them both.
Exactly.
You know, and get an idea from both of them. And that's what I think we need to do, and I think most people don't do that, and so that's why I think he's going to have a big following, because 90% of the country is not. Oh, look at this! I missed my break. Dan's going to be mad at me.
Well, they're tired. The people are tired of all of the rhetoric that goes on between the politicians because they don't say anything. Trump is saying everything. He is.
All right, we'll take a little break and we'll be right back. I do have something else. Did you hear about this surfer who got almost attacked by a shark? Well, did get attacked by a shark. Yeah.
The guy who fought him off in Australia.
Did you see the video?
Yeah, I saw that.
Yeah, he's from Australia. Yeah. All right, we'll be right back.
The weather is brought to you by myfwc.com. Safe boating is no accident. For today, intervals of clouds and sunshine. Watch out for a thunderstorm this afternoon and this evening. Today's high 88 to 92. Later tonight, partly cloudy with a low of 72 to 76. Tomorrow, sunshine mixing with clouds. An afternoon or evening thunderstorm around, high 88 to 92. And on Wednesday, partly sunny with a chance of an afternoon thunderstorm, high 88 to 92. From the Florida Weather Center, I'm meteorologist Joe Lundberg.
Come join New Mail Medical for their town hall at Golden Corral in the Villages on Wedgwood Lane, Tuesday, July 21st and Wednesday, July 22nd from 4 to 6 p.m. Join renowned expert Dr. Christopher Asandra and get your questions answered. He will be discussing the importance of hormonal replacements and common misconceptions for men and women, as well as the importance of sexual health and anti-aging. Now, dinner and refreshments will be provided for those in attendance, along with door raffles and giveaways. But seating is limited, so please call today to reserve your space at the Golden Corral in the Villages on Wedgwood Lane. Call today, 404-4779. That's 404-4779. One more time, 404-4779. And make plans to join New Mail Medical.
All right, 17 minutes after 8 o'clock. Galen Unold is on the phone from LifeSouth Community Blood Center. Remember, the important reason Galen comes on each weekday morning, it is to remind us that a blood supply only exists because people like you and I donate blood. So we have to do our part, otherwise there is no blood supply. And, of course, also thank Penn Flooring for sponsoring this segment. So one more thing I want to say before we move on to this the shark attack thing and the Daytona thing. Okay.
Yeah.
Is this Robert and I do a song when we play at nursing homes called "Are You Having Any Fun?" And it's an old song from the 40s, and it starts off with "Hey, Mister with a million smackers and nervous indigestion."
Yeah.
Hey, Mister.
Rich fella eating milk and crackers.
It says, "You silly so-and-so with all your dough, are you having any fun?"
Yeah.
So when you say, "You silly so-and-so," what we used to do, we used to ask, does anybody in the room have $1 million? Does anybody here have $1 million? And once in a while, somebody, I got $1 million.
Yeah.
Every once in a while, somebody would raise their hand, at a nursing home. And so then we would address it to the guy named Jack or the guy, some guy. Okay, but they didn't like it because we would say, "You silly so-and-so." We're calling him a silly so-and-so.
Yeah, right.
So what we changed when we do the song, we changed it to an empty seat, and we point to the empty seat, and we always say, just imagine Donald Trump is sitting there, because now we're singing to
there you go.
Now we're singing to this person who's not really in the room. And let me tell you something. It says political. with the folks in the nursing homes as it is with those of us who are not. He's either loved or hated.
Yeah.
It's just an interesting phenomenon. Yeah. So.
It's got a great TV show.
All right. All right. So this professional surfer, you're a surfer, right?
Back in the day, yeah, when I was young.
Okay, but the point is that you did it, and you could teach me a thing or two about surfing because you know how to do it.
I could. I think I could teach you how to surf.
Did you?
I'd have a better chance of teaching you how to play basketball.
Oh yeah. So I knew that was going to come up.
Yeah.
All right, but
and color play-by-play.
Did you? Did you ever see a shark when you were surfing?
Yeah, all the time. Yeah, we go right out in, I would surf between Jacksonville and Cocoa Beach down at Blowhole. And so because of where the surfers are out at the break, you would see what we call sand sharks, and they would come up, and you could have like 4 or 5 around you, within.
Do they bite?
100 feet of you at any time. They never came close to me because what they would do is they would dig down into the sand looking for animals or crustaceans or something, but you could see them, sure.
Did you see the video of the guy getting attacked in South Africa?
I did during the surf contest.
Yeah. That was an amazing video, and it's amazing he didn't get bit at all. It looks like the shark bit the string, whatever you call that thing that attaches to your ankle.
Yeah, it's called a leash. A leash.
Yeah. So that's what the shark got.
Absolutely. What was amazing is when the wave would go above it, you couldn't see it. You're like, oh my gosh, what happened?
Right. I know.
It created that tension. It was awesome.
Right. Yeah. And I really didn't know as I was watching it what the ending was. It wasn't like I read the story. I just watched the video, and I said, oh my gosh, that guy's getting eaten behind that wave. Right. So anyway, this is not the first shark story in the news, and the Daytona Beach Chamber of Commerce has an interesting article telling people, if you don't want to go in the water, we're fine with that.
Well, what crushed them was I don't know if you saw Shark Week this year, but they were showing these scenes of Jacksonville, Florida, to St. Augustine, and parts of
is that right?
Volusia County.
Oh, okay.
And there was this one time, and they were in a helicopter flying over, or a plane or something, and they counted 15,000 black-tip sharks.
Oh, wow!
Within just about 200 yards off the coast of the beach. And so you see all these sharks, and then you see people in the water, you see, thousands of people on the beach, and then they were saying, well, there's about 15,000 blacktips, and within that pod, there's about 10 to 15 great whites. And I think that's what freaked everybody out. So it was
I didn't realize that. Okay, so I want to let you know what Daytona suggests. Look, if you're not going to the ocean, you got plenty of reasons to come to our town. And I want to read you something because I hadn't heard of some of them. But first, let's go to the phone.
I couldn't get to the beach this weekend because of the weather. I was very disappointed.
Oh, really?
In Mother Nature not helping me out. I wanted to go to the beach, but it rained.
You might have been saved from a shark attack. Good morning. You're on the air with Galen.
Good morning, Larry. I'm sorry I interrupted your narrative about Daytona.
That's
because
okay.
I was going to say that on the East Coast they have the sharks, and on the West Coast they have World War II ordnance that's blowing up on the beach.
That's right.
That's right. Yes.
Oh, the flash bomb.
St. Pete. Yeah.
I had a quick comment about that. It doesn't surprise me because the Don Cesar Hotel where that was a training headquarters in World War II, and then on the East Coast of Florida, they used to practice amphibious landings, with the bombardment and the landing craft, like you see in the movies.
Right.
Wow.
And what amazed me about that story about the bomb on the beach was they took time to build some sand barriers to protect some sea turtles. And I was just thinking, if we had a war now and they wanted to conduct amphibious training on the beaches of Florida, they'd have to have so many permits. We couldn't even fight a war anymore because we'd have to protect the sea turtles.
That's right.
Thank you. It was great talking to you about the beach, though. Thanks.
That's funny.
That's a good point.
That's funny. All right. So
I like turtles.
Yeah.
I like turtles. I like turtles too. I will never forget when I was playing one of those bars I played in my younger days in Palm Beach. Mm-hmm. My work hours were really weird. I worked from 9 p.m. till 2 a.m. and the rest of the day I was off. So I would get up early in the morning, walk on the beach, and one morning there was 1 million turtles. Just, they all hatched, and it was just everywhere, these turtles.
Isn't that something?
All right, so Daytona wants you to know that they're not just a party town. They have 23 beautiful miles of beach. 23 beautiful miles of beach. I didn't know that.
I didn't either. 23 miles.
They suggest you go to the Daytona International Speedway. Not just for the races, but also for some of the other things that are there. So that's one thing. They suggest you go to the Daytona Lagoon. Have you been to the Daytona Lagoon?
No.
Yeah.
It's a water park.
Yeah.
It's got a go-kart track, a laser tag game.
Is it like Wet n Wild?
Entertainment.
Near the pier.
I have no idea. Miniature golf. Oh, this is by the pier? Oh, okay.
More like Wild Waters. More like Wild Waters than it is Wet n Wild.
Okay.
Small.
It says if you want to cool off, you can go ice skating. There's an ice arena.
They do have ice skating.
Huh?
They do have ice skating, yeah.
Nice.
It's called Daytona Ice Arena.
Uh-huh.
They have birthday parties. You did a birthday party.
Yeah, Rock on Ice in Orlando. That was great. That was fun.
They say go to the drive the Ormond Scenic Loop and Trail. It's a 30-mile long loop. You get to see what Florida's natural beauty is all about.
Is A1A? Is that what it is?
I don't know what that is.
I don't either. At the Ormond Scenic Loop, you can take your time while stopping to take pictures of the ocean, the sea life, the birds, and all the beauty that grabs your attention. You can visit Ormond Park and the Fairchild Oak Tree, which is one of the oldest living oak trees in Florida. This is not something the kids want to do. Let me tell you. This is something.
No, it's just driving up A1A. That's probably what it is.
I can't imagine telling my kids, "Hey, we're going to go look at this oak tree." That's what we're going to do today.
Good morning. You're on the air.
I'm not that afraid of sharks.
Good morning, guys. Funny again. We went to visit somebody that lived right on the water on one of those condos near Boca Raton. And you could look down from his balcony, and it was amazing to see the large sharks swimming around right there off the breakwater where the condo is. And I'll tell you, you really have to appreciate seeing something like that from being up high. You wouldn't see it normally if you were down regular level. Yeah. And it was amazing. Boats are going right by, and you could see what's going on in the boats and stuff like that. But the big thing was those sharks.
That is cool. I've never seen that, though. All right, thank you, son. Didn't you tell us, Galen, that when you were you a pilot or with a pilot or something with the...
In the plane.
That pulls the banners?
Oh, yeah. I did that one time. I was in the... I was working at a Jacksonville TV station, and we did a story off that. Yeah, you could see them.
Okay. But you were in the plane, right? You could see the sharks down below?
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, and that's why the planes are in Daytona with the banners. They keep in touch with the lifeguards, and if the sharks get too close, the lifeguards bring everybody out of the water. So.
All right.
I don't know if they talk to the lifeguards. I don't know, but yeah.
The Daytona Beach Chamber of Commerce wants you to know that they have some good golf courses over there, too.
Yeah.
Yeah, well, they have the LPGA headquarters there. So
go golfing. The Daytona Beach Golf Club is what was the one they are recommending.
Yeah.
They have some flea and farmers markets, too. Now, that's something the kids will like.
Of course. They got a movie theater. I know that. That would be my option if I had kids.
Let's see. There's Lighthouse Point Park. You can swim, sunbathe, and watch the birds all in the same place. So if you're swimming, isn't that the whole point of this article? You're not supposed to.
Well, it's more of it's not deep ocean, and I think it's on the intercoastal side.
Oh, okay. So. It's a 52-acre park featuring fishing, nature trails, an observation deck, and a tower, swimming and picnic facilities. If you look close enough, you might.
That's what they're gonna have to control is the fishing off of the beach where there are swimmers. I think they're going to start just designating areas where you can shore fish, because that's the dangerous part, because you have bait that brings in the shark.
Yeah.
Yeah, exactly.
Probably right.
Exactly.
Well, it would be a shame, though, if you couldn't fish, though. It just seems like...
No. I think you should be able to fish, just in only designated areas. So, I mean, plus you don't want to have a hook around a bunch of people. I've told a guy, my kids were out there bodyboard, and all of a sudden he starts going out there to fish. I'm like, you can't fish here. It's like, why not? I'm like, because my kids are playing in the water. I don't want them to play around with a hook. Oh, okay. So you just walk down another 50 meters or so. But
he was fishing from the beach.
Yeah, well, my kids were in the beach.
Oh,
first,
wow, that's crazy. I was picturing, I thought you meant from the end of the pier.
No. Stay away from piers. Don't ever swim near piers.
No,
that's
right.
Yeah, they fish right on the beach.
At.
Yeah, I've seen them. They just fish right on the beach. They don't go to the end of the pier, some of them.
All right.
Well, you just gotta make them move.
So we got 30 seconds. The last thing is the Museum of Arts and Sciences. I'll have to look that up. I don't know about it. All right. There's a sculpture garden over there, by the way.
Oh, nice.
All right, Galen, where's the Bloodmobile today?
College of Central Florida today.
Right across the street.
And Wednesday.
Right across the street.
Oh, today, tomorrow, and Wednesday. 3 days to go save 3 lives.
All right.
That's it.
Galen, have a great day. Are you at work yet?
Yeah, sure am.
All right. Well, enjoy your day. Thank you for all you do, and thank you for your commentary on the Trump story. We'll be right back. Thanks, Galen.
You guys are the best.
Fox News Radio, I'm Pam Puso. Hoping to ease tensions over the Iran nuclear deal, Defense Secretary Ash Carter is in Israel.
Carter's trip comes as the UN is expected